please rise and give a warm welcome to none other than our Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Stephen Harper, and His Highness the Agha Khan. I've had the privilege to live and work in some of the world's most volatile corners, and in doing so I've seen firsthand the immeasurable contributions His Highness has made to marginalized peoples in sometimes forgotten far reaches of our globe, literally lifting up peoples in Bamyan, Badakhshan, Baghlan, in Afghanistan, in Pakistan, and East Africa to a new level of development and opportunity. He has been a principal development actor, a strong champion of private investment, and as you know, he has been and remains the revered leader of the world's 15 million Ismailis since 1957. His important work in humanitarian assistance, development aid, and the promotion of pluralism through the Agha Khan Development Network is internationally renowned, and rightly so. And this day is especially poignant because here in Canada, he has helped us all rededicate ourselves to the cause of the peaceful coexistence of all religions and achieving a pluralistic society, not only for ourselves here in Canada, but around the world. Freedom of religion and cultural acceptance make our communities and the broader world stronger. His Highness embodies this belief, and he is truly a guiding light for all of us. Here in Toronto, we're looking forward to the opening of the Agha Khan Museum, which will serve as the permanent home for some of the most important pieces of Islamic art and culture in the world, including items and artifacts from His Highness's own collection. Sharing the museum site will be in Ismaili Center, one of only a handful in the world, including the one that has existed in Burnaby for some years. But speaking as a Torontonian, and I'm sure on behalf of many of you as Torontonians, I am so grateful for this wonderful contribution to the cultural and educational life of our beloved city. Now we have the opportunity to watch a short video further showcasing the deep and lasting connection that His Highness has with Canada, as well as to see a few of the many global development projects His Highness and Canada have embarked upon together.
Our country and the Canada-Imamat are bonded by shared values: tolerance, compassion, community service, and especially our devotion to pluralism, the essential ingredient for harmony in our modern, interconnected world.
The world we seek is not a world where difference is erased, but where difference can be a powerful force for good, helping us to fashion a new sense of cooperation and coherence in our world, and to build together a better life for all.
The blossoming of the Ismaili community in Canada offers a ray of hope to the world. By demonstrating that diverse congregations of the great faiths can coexist and flourish, we are proving that there indeed can be unity in diversity.
Certainly this process and the contributions Ismailis have made in so many walks of life have also reflected the encouragement they received to rebuild here their traditional institutions and social structures. For the last quarter century, Canada has been collectively and actively collaborating with the Agha Khan Development Network to support sustainable development in marginalized communities in Africa and in Asia. In the course of this work, we have seen at first hand Canadian global leadership at its best.
Working together, Your Highness, we are effectively making Canada the headquarters of the global effort to foster peace, prosperity, and equality. Your Highness, everybody, bon après-midi, good afternoon. It's wonderful to be here, and I know some have come here from a very long way to begin with us, so I want to thank all of you for doing that. La visite de Son Altesse l'Agha Khan est une occasion très spéciale. This is a very special occasion. As our guest this afternoon, we have with us someone for whom I've come to have the greatest respect, His Highness the Agha Khan. As you have seen, we have met many times, and on every occasion I've benefited from his understanding and insights, just as yesterday Canada's entire Parliament was edified by his remarks. A historic occasion, truly. His Highness, the 49th hereditary Imam of the world's Shia Ismaili Muslims, a man so important to you, has also become very important to Canada. His Highness is likewise dedicated to pluralism, another foundational principle of Canadian governance. Canada itself has been a means to peacefully unite under one flag very different cultural and religious groups. That is pluralism embodied. And although in Canada, pluralism is old enough to have traveled by canoe, it still informs the life and legislation of our country. As a consequence, Canada is proof to the world that peace and prosperity are possible in a nation composed of many and different peoples. So, Your Highness, we appreciated the symbol of your decision several years ago to locate your Global Center for Pluralism in Ottawa. And also, I must add, of your encouragement many decades earlier, as I mentioned yesterday, to Ismaili refugees from Uganda to, quote, make Canada your home. As I remarked yesterday in the House of Commons, the Ismaili community is one of Canada's great immigration success stories. Many have risen to positions of influence. In fact, two of my most senior staff members, as I mentioned, Your Highness, belong to your faith. They are proud Ismaili and they are proud Canadians. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said yesterday, relations between the Imamat and our government are warm and deep. It is natural that we both wish our institutions to reflect that. That's why yesterday the Government of Canada signed a protocol of understanding with the Imamat. This will formalize our dealings, thereby making our work on issues of common interest more effective. In passing, may I say that the leadership of the President of the Ismaili community in Canada, Malik Taleb, was instrumental in this, and I think he deserves a round of applause as well. Today, I'm delighted to announce that the Imamat and the Government of Canada are cooperating in a venture to improve life for more than 1 million men, women, and children in the developing world. This has already begun, but I will say that with substantial investment from the Government of Canada, the Partnership for Advancing Human Development in Africa and Asia will strengthen education and health systems in at least 7 countries. It will also develop their civil societies, and in Canada, lead to greater awareness of development issues. Now, ladies and gentlemen, His Highness is a spiritual leader and visionary, yet also a practical statesman, and of course, in 2010, he became a Canadian citizen. And so, Your Highness, it is with the greatest of pleasure that I now invite you to take the podium.
Thank you, Prime Minister, for those most generous and gracious words. Thank you also for the unique honor in asking me to address your Parliament yesterday. It was a moving day for me because I was talking to one of the most important partners that we have in any part of the world. When you do the work that I do in so many different countries, you look at who are your partners. And the fact that all around the world, wherever we work, every time we show the Canadian flag, there is applause, gratitude, and happiness. It is a particularly happy day for me that we are extending this partnership, strengthening, giving it new opportunities in areas of development need that are essential: young children, isolated peoples, post-conflict situations. So we have a partner, a wonderful partner, who works with us not in the easy, comfortable parts of the world, but who works with us where there are challenges, where there are difficulties, where people fight, and where people seek to develop just a simple life of survival. And that is a unique partnership because it's a partnership for people. It's a partnership for people in difficulty. It's a partnership where imagination is essential if you want to build strong programs. I want to say also that in the next months, Toronto will come up on our radar screen of great cities around the world. Today I have in front of me the best for civil society. And I want you to know how happy and proud I am that in a few months' time, we will open a new Ismaili Center here in Toronto and a new museum. What's important to me, however, is not only what those 2 buildings represent for Toronto, but funnily enough, it's the park around those buildings. But I do believe that parks have an enormous importance. We have built parks in post-conflict situations. We rehabilitated the Bagh Babur in Kabul. We have worked in Bamako, in Delhi, in Cairo, in Korog in eastern Tajikistan. And what have we learned from that experience? We have learned that civil society is built around the cement of different peoples who come together in places of peace and joy. And I hope today that all the people of Toronto will feel that the park that will be around these buildings is their park. As time goes by, our partnership will grow. And I want to thank the Prime Minister and his government. I want to thank all Canadians for the wonderful partnership that they have given us, which is built not on opportunistic situations, no. It's built on a deep sharing of values. Thank you, Canada.